So today I'm going to show you a very cool little musical idea that can quite possibly get you a whole lot of style points. This is something that you can do while you're playing your shuffles. This one is straight out of the book of Gad, and it's one that I love to do. I do it all the time. So I'm going to show you what it is. So typically when we're playing shuffles, when we go to play fills, there's a triplet pocket, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, that we tend to stay in whenever we launch into any kind of fill while we're playing the shuffle. So it's like, now there's of course nothing wrong with that. You know, it's a safe place to be. It's hard to play anything wrong when you're sitting there. But I'm going to offer you a different option. This is one that you may not have thought of before. But a lot of y'all might not know that straight 16ths fits quite well inside of this sort of triplet pocket. And you can take advantage of that to play some really cool, nice flowing fills. And again, this is totally a Steve Gadd thing. I'm going to show you a particular sticking that you're all familiar with, just a regular government issue paradiddle. But we're going to do something to it to make it even cooler inside this pocket. All right, so let me first just demonstrate how this whole thing works. So if we have this, right? That's the triplet pocket. We can bump that up to straight 16ths. Okay, and we can use that grid on top of, you know, the triplet shuffle groove. This works pretty much with anything that swings, but we're going to focus on the shuffle world right now. But yeah, that 16th note grid, or subdivision, I should say, works really well inside that, and that's something I love to do. So the sticking that we're going to use, again, is just a regular paradiddle, and we're going to do something to it. So let me just first play it the boring way so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's see that. What we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to displace it by a 16th note before the downbeat. So if we start the paradiddle in that spot, now there's a whole lot of cool stuff that we can do as far as orchestration goes. And this is stuff you can do right on the fly too. So let me throw this click on again and demonstrate just on the snare how this is going to work, and then I'll show you what you can do with it. So here goes. And there it is. Now that sounds cool, kind of on its own, but when we start to distribute the accents while you're doing that, then you're totally now in Steve Gadd country. And, you know, you can do some really cool, you know, very nice fluid type of stuff that'll kind of get you out, you know, if you want to drift out of that triplet pocket while you're doing the shuffles, then you can do that. There's another place to go with this, all right? So one thing that I love to do with this, obviously, is just take the accents and start using my toms with that. But the sticking, obviously, never changes. It's just a paradiddle, displaced by 1/16 before the downbeat. And yeah, that's it. And you can just, like, I'm not really thinking too much ahead of time about the drums I'm gonna hit. I'm just moving the hands. That's it. So let me take this tempo up. Actually, no. Let me play first at this tempo, and then I'll take it up to tempo. How about that? Good? Good. You see what I'm saying? So the only thing that you really have to do to get used to this is you got to be comfortable with where the paradiddle now sits. Okay, you got to get used to its new home when you're doing this, because I mean, honestly, your timing does have to be a little precise when you're doing this, right? Like when you start shifting stuff by a 16th, you got to be a little bit more careful about, you know, your awareness of the grid and what you're playing and where your notes are landing. So it's just a matter of just playing it slow, right? You just need to hear where it starts against where the one is or where the downbeat is. And you know, you can do that on the kit. You know, if you just want to clap out quarters on your hi-hat and then just play it really slow on your snare. Okay, and then after you do that, you can stay at that tempo and just start moving your hands around. Just start playing, just distributing some of those accents to the toms. okay? And you know, once you get used to that, you can just take your speed up a little bit. Like once you're comfortable where that is, you'll hear it. Then once you hear it, you can't really unhear it. So yeah, it's just a matter from that point of just practicing that up to tempo. So go ahead and have some fun with that. You can mess around and experiment with some different stickings and stuff if you want. It's really all about just playing straight 16ths over top of that sort of triplet pocket. And you can come up with some really cool ideas. As for me, I'm out. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you share it if you dig it. Drop a comment below if you got one. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can check out the links in the description box. I got some products in there you might be interested in, like merch. Got a couple of play-along albums. It's all in there. You can go check them out. Like and subscribe. Tell somebody about what's going on over here. See you next video.